Your response as Chief Justice to the audit, and that report outlined several concerning areas. Are you concerned, as people might be, about the use of the vehicles by some of the justices, and what can the court do to fix this?
I am concerned. I think everybody who hears about this is concerned. And the court is already taking steps to tighten policies to be sure that our use of any statement by any Supreme Court employee or justice is fully documented for public purpose.
Justice, the financial amount of the vehicle usage really pales in comparison to the renovations and some of the furniture expenditures and a lot of things that the general public and the legislature think was really beyond abusive in terms of purchases. Your thoughts on that as we go forward?
Well, I said publicly that the amount of money spent on renovations, it's indefensible. You've got to remember that each justice on the Supreme Court is independently elected, and no one of us can control another one. And I think each justice really has to speak for their expenditures.
You mentioned the vehicle expenditures and that corrective actions are taken. You said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that you guys were kind of busy being justices and not maybe paying attention to the details of some of the things that went out of the office. Talk about that in terms of how it's being corrected.
Well, since 1974, when the people passed the reorganization, the judicial reorganization in 1974, the Supreme Court has the job of not only administering the Supreme Court, but all the courts throughout the state. The magistrate courts, the family courts, the circuit courts, probation, and all of the other ancillary organizations to the whole judicial system. And I think that we have worked very hard as justices, and most of us aren't accountants, and most of us aren't administrators. And so we relied on the administration. I'm not here to blame anybody else or point fingers, but I think for too long, we were busy on the judicial work and did not pay enough attention to the administrative side.
Yes, Justice, why was it important that you be here and that you stand in front of that committee and you talk? And Gary Johnson could have done it, any court employee that you could have put in, but you came. So why was it important that you be here?
Well, I think as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, I came here today not to defend any of the wrong conduct or issues in state cars. And I came not to defend any one justice, but I came because I am the Chief Justice of this court, and my idea of leadership is that you show up and you answer questions. And I think now that, as I've appeared here for the body of the Supreme Court, not for any individual justice, and I will continue to do so. And we will fully cooperate with all aspects of any continued investigation.
Was it important that you be here to tell this committee that the changes that you started to institute in response to this report, was that also a part of it?
That's a very important part of it. My idea of leadership is you show up, you respond, and you cooperate in providing full public information.
Many of the members of that committee, including President Carmichael, support the legislature taking over the expenses of the court and passing this referendum in the fall. Where do you stand on that and justify your position?
Well, I believe that the Supreme Court budget should remain independent. I don't know that that will occur. If it does not occur and the legislature does take it over, then of course we will fully cooperate from our administrative offices. But I believe that judicial independence is so important, and so I think that's a key component of it. And I regret that there's such a rush to action due to this one period of expenditures that were out of hand.
When the auditor was in asking for the court's information, I mentioned there was a long delay when Justice Lawfrey was chief. He said when you took over as chief, things changed dramatically, that the court was much more responsive. Can you talk about your knowledge of why things perhaps might have been going so slowly in the beginning, and why did they change and start to become much more cooperative when you took over?
Well, the Chief Justice really is the person who does the most day-to-day communication with the administrative offices. And so I can't speak for any delays that occurred that weren't under my watch. But as you said, I will fully cooperate, and this court will fully cooperate as long as I'm the Chief Justice.
Justice Workman, Brad McElhenney with Metro News. The audit makes reference to a 2016 judicial conference where some of the justices at that point expressed concerns about some of these vehicle use issues. Can you describe more fully what happened during that judicial conference? What the conversation was like among the justices?
Well, I think that all of the documentation of that period of time was made available to the legislative auditor, and I do not know if he included any of that in his report, but concern was expressed as to the use of state vehicles, and we discussed it at length, and I wrote an internal memorandum indicating that I could not support the open use without designating place and time and purpose of a trip. And later, because there was so much disagreement, I believe the minutes just said that it was discussed. But there was conflict amongst the justices as to what the policy should be.
In September 2016, Justice Lawfrey led an effort that justices would not have to give destinations or use of vehicles as a court policy. Since you've been Chief Justice, has that policy been changed, or is it still in effect?
The policy has been changed, and now everyone who works for the state Supreme Court has to indicate if they use a state vehicle, but it's for a public purpose. They have to indicate the destination, the purpose, and the mileage in and the mileage out have to be recorded, and those records will be retained. And we have also joined the state fleet policy so that we have the same policies in effect as the state of West Virginia elsewhere.
Justice, I see Delegate Mike Pushkin standing at the end of the hall. He has called for the impeachment and or resignation of Justice Lawfrey. Any thoughts on that?
I don't have any comment to make about that.
Justice, there was mention in the legislative audit of an IRS audit. Can you describe what the process was with the IRS audit and what the results may be?
Yes, the IRS audit went over a period of several months and concluded earlier this year. And when the IRS conducted their audit, it was all related to employment tax issues. And as part of that audit, the Supreme Court was able to settle the matter with the IRS. And that was in connection with some card use, some of the 15 cents per mile reimbursement, and some of the per diem. When judges travel from one circuit to another under the statute, they can collect 15 cents per mile, and I believe it's a $35 a day per diem. The IRS determined those were taxable matters. The state Supreme Court paid any costs of that. They didn't place any penalties on us. And the IRS determined at that time that the employees to whom W-2s were not issued, they were not at fault, and therefore there was no need for us to issue amended W-2s. Now, you heard today Justice Ketchum insisted that they be issued to him because he wanted to fully comply with paying the taxes that were due. And the court thus far has taken the position that because the IRS at least implicitly indicated to us that all of those types of issues were settled by the settlement agreement, we've taken the position, and we were informally told we don't need to issue any amended W-2s. However, I am going to recommend to the court that we go back to those same IRS agents and get clarification on that issue.
Since November, there have been a lot of reports about different legal reasons about spending of the courts and furniture and travel and cars. So it's been a period where there's been a microscope spotlight on it. You're the Chief Justice now. Do you feel like that there's a trust issue with the people of West Virginia in the court that you need to rebuild, or do you need to repair the court's reputation in some ways over what we've been told over the past 5-6 months?
Absolutely. When the day that I was named Chief Justice, I said that we're going to have to do a long job. It's going to take a long time to restore public confidence in the judicial system, and that's one of my primary goals.
Justice, are you at liberty to describe any other investigations that may be taking place on the federal or state level?
I'm not at liberty to describe anything like that.
Is it fair to say that the level of cooperation will extend to the Ethics Commission investigation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As well as the Judicial Investigation Commission.
Justice, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good